facing the unthinkable, preparing for the threat. The threat of nuclear attack, though unimaginable, is a reality we must confront. While the possibility may seem remote, the consequences are too grave to ignore. The good news is that survival, though difficult, is possible, especially with preparation. Knowledge is your first line of defense. Understanding the dangers of a nuclear explosion, particularly the devastating effects of radiation, is crucial. Equally important is knowing the safety procedures and evacuation plans for your area. Creating an emergency kit is not just about gathering supplies, it's about building your own resilience. This kit should include essential items like water, non-perishable food, a first aid kit, a battery-powered radio, and protective clothing. Remember, the goal is not to live in fear, but to be empowered. By taking concrete steps to prepare, you are taking control of your destiny in the face of uncertainty. The flash immediate actions for survival in the event of a nuclear detonation. Every second counts. The initial moments after the blinding flash and deafening roar are critical. Your instincts will be tested, but decisive action can mean the difference between life and death. If you are caught outdoors, seek immediate cover. The priority is to shield yourself from the thermal radiation and blast wave. A solid structure, even a parked car, offers some protection. Lie flat on the ground, face down, and cover your exposed skin. If you are inside, stay away from windows. The blast wave can shatter glass, causing serious injuries. Move to the lowest level of the building, preferably a basement, and take cover under a sturdy table or desk. Time is of the essence. The immediate aftermath of a nuclear explosion is chaotic and dangerous. Your ability to remain calm, think clearly, and act swiftly will be paramount to your survival. Seeking refuge, finding shelter from the storm. After the initial blast, the danger is far from over. Radioactive fallout, a silent but deadly killer, will begin to descend. Finding a safe and secure shelter is critical to minimizing exposure. The ideal shelter is one that is underground and made of thick, dense materials like concrete or brick. Public fallout shelters, designated basements, and even subway stations can provide adequate protection. If you are unable to reach a designated shelter, seek out the most central location in your home, preferably below ground level. Reinforce your chosen space by sealing windows and doors with plastic sheeting and duct tape to prevent radioactive particles from entering. Remember, the goal is to put as much distance and material between yourself and the fallout as possible. The more shielding you have, the better your chances of survival. Section 4. Shielding yourself. Protection from the invisible threat. Radiation is an invisible enemy, but that doesn't make it any less real or deadly. Understanding how to protect yourself from its harmful effects is essential to surviving the aftermath of a nuclear attack. Time, distance, and shielding are your three best defenses against radiation exposure. The longer you can delay exposure, the more time radioactive particles have to decay and become less harmful. Distance also matters. The farther you are from the source of radiation, the lower your exposure. Shielding involves placing a barrier between yourself and the radioactive material. Thick, dense materials like lead, concrete, and even packed earth can significantly reduce radiation levels. Inside your shelter, create additional shielding by using furniture, books, and clothing as barriers. Remember, even small measures of protection can make a big difference in reducing your overall radiation exposure. Section 5. The long haul, surviving the aftermath. Surviving the initial blast and fallout is just the beginning. The aftermath presents its own challenges, requiring resilience and resourcefulness. Your battery-powered radio will be your lifeline, providing updates and safety instructions. Conserve battery life and ration supplies. Make your food and water supplies stretch, prioritize hydration, and consume perishables first. Maintain hygiene to prevent disease. The human spirit is remarkably resilient. Support those around you. Section 6. The road to recovery, decontamination and rebuilding. The decision to leave your shelter should not be taken lightly and should only be made after receiving official instructions from authorities. Once the all-clear is given, the process of decontamination and rebuilding can begin. Decontamination involves removing radioactive particles from your body and belongings. Shower thoroughly with soap and water, paying close attention to exposed skin and hair. change into clean clothing, and discard contaminated items safely. The environment will also require decontamination. Government agencies will lead the effort to clean up affected areas, but it's important to follow their instructions carefully and avoid contact with contaminated materials. Rebuilding your life after a nuclear attack will be a long and arduous process, but it is not impossible. By drawing upon your inner strength, supporting your community, and seeking help when needed, you can overcome the challenges ahead. Section 7. Be informed, be prepared, securing your future. The threat of nuclear attack is a stark reminder of our world's fragility. We can't control others, but we can control our preparedness. Proactive steps empower us and our communities. Staying informed is about responsibility, not fear. Knowledge is power and key to survival. Preparing an emergency kit is ongoing. Regularly update supplies and ensure everyone knows the kit's location. Preparedness builds resilience and fosters community. Taking action today creates a safer tomorrow.